So here we are with a brand new series. In this series, I'm going to be reviewing the book It by Stephen King. I have never read this book before, but I'm going to be going chapter by chapter, and I'm doing that because I've never really heard of people doing that before on YouTube before. So I wanted to go ahead and do that. And one thing I need to mention is this will be a full spoiler review, I guess, because I'm going chapter by chapter and I don't really know how else to do it. But also, I appreciate you guys not spoiling anything in the comments because I will be reading this for the first time. Now, a note about this channel, this is my new channel, and I'm really excited about it because this is my channel where I'm going to be actually expressing a lot of my thoughts. It's not just an entertainment channel like my gaming channel or my music channel. Shameless plug. No, this is going to be just me expressing my thoughts on things, and I'm excited about that. I will have a video coming up where I talk about what this channel actually is. I'll talk about that in detail, but for this video, I'm just going to talk about this book and kind of give this a little beforehand. So what I can tell you is if you like this, I will have more content like this. But in a broader sense, this channel will feature more content than just this type. So anyway, with that being said, holy crap, this is one of the saddest things I've ever read, this first chapter of It. It's really interesting because this seems to differ from what I've seen of the movies, or of the movie and the TV movie that came out in 1990, the film coming out in 2017. So this is, if you've already read this and you don't know, I don't know how you couldn't know. This is the most iconic thing that you see from this film, or from this work. It's Georgie dropping his boat in the water and getting pulled down by Pennywise. It's different because usually you see in the movie and the TV movie, I think, you see him kind of getting pulled down into the drain, but that's not at all what happens. His arm actually gets pulled off, and then the neighbor runs across the street because he hears him screaming, and then he pulls him up, and he's just sitting there with his sort of looking up blankly at the sky, and his eye sockets are like just filling up with water, and like, ugh, that's just, man, that imagery. But I really did like this first chapter. It was so well written. My favorite Stephen King book actually up to this point is The Shining, and this reminded me a lot of that sort of writing style, the very, very descriptive writing style about fears and what is going through the mind of Georgie. Because when he's running down the basement stairs, it says he's imagining something slithering through the stairs, and the power's out, and he can hear his family upstairs. But as he descends down into the basement, it becomes darker, and it's filled with a musty smell, and that's how it is to be a kid. That's very much how it is when you're a kid and you're afraid of things. You're afraid of the dark. I thought that was very good. Stephen King does this really weird thing sometimes where he sort of foreshadows it. I don't even think it's foreshadowing. He just talks about that the character is about to die, or this is the last time they ever saw this character, or something like that. And sometimes it's a little bit misleading, but he just flat out says Georgie was going to a strange death. So it was, I don't know, this is one of those things that it's kind of hard to view at objectively, or not objectively, I guess with fresh eyes, because it's already been kind of spoiled for me. I mean, we all know those lines, hey, Georgie. I mean, it's pretty much synonymous with It at this point in the popular culture, so, but yeah, I don't know, I really liked it. I like his brother, I think his name was William, and Stephen King always sort of does this thing where he has a character that does something gimmicky, in this case it's stuttering, but I did like their relationship. I like media that portrays children as they actually are, because when you're a kid, you say things that you don't want your parents to hear. You say it quietly, you kind of snicker. That's how it is, and I liked that they had that relationship. And I don't know, like I said, there were a lot of details, and this was split into subsections. That's another thing Stephen King does. He has like chapter 1, but chapter 1 has 4 chapters. So I don't know, I like that writing style. I like that it's split up. It makes it easier to stop because he has really long chapters and really long books. With me doing a video for each of these chapters, it's going to take me a long time. to get through this, but that's okay. The ending of the book, the ending of the chapter with the boat just sort of floating away, out of the story. That was just very sad. It was a metaphor that functioned very well, and it was, yeah, that was quite a first chapter. I'm gonna probably read the second chapter today, and do another video on it. But that is it for my first video, my first review of the first chapter. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I missed. I don't think there is, but it's just the imagery of the weather outside and what it was like, and him splashing around in the puddles and stuff. It was very, very descriptive. Actually, the weather outside is kind of like that right now, weirdly, outside of my house. But okay, I'm gonna be doing more of these. I hope to do one of these for each chapter. And in the meantime, if you like this, go ahead and like this and subscribe, because I will be making more of these. So anyway, thank you for watching and have a great day.